What is love to you?
Just, what is love?
Love means romance to me. Flowers and chocolate.
Love is a lot of things, an awful lot of things.
Acceptance. When the chips are down, you're there with the person, 100%.
I think love is when you know you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody that you really, really honestly care for.
Love is just sticking together no matter what.
Love is forgiveness, acceptance.
Love is patience, compassion, and not being afraid to be you.
It's that utmost comfort level that you can have with somebody, where there's no like really questioning exactly how you think you might be feeling. It's just that assurance where you're like, yeah, this is awesome.
Bottom line is like, if you have love, you have everything.
Who are you?
My name is Nick, and I am the lucky groom.
I'm Raina Perez, and I'm the bride.
Tell me about how you met Nick.
How I met Nick. Okay, the very first time was in my friend's garage.
Which is one of her best friends from high school. And he brought her around once and I met her and it was cool.
We were all hanging out, playing pool and beer pong, and he introduced me to Nick, who seemed really, really cute, and started off with some joke. And I was looking at him and I really didn't get the joke at all. And I kind of just looked at him and I was like, okay. And my friend could tell, he's like, hey, she just had a kid and she's out, this is her first time. And he was like, oh, that's cool, and he didn't back off. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. And he talked to me the rest of the night and it was just him. He seemed very genuine. He was funny. That first joke I didn't get, but every other one I did. And he made me laugh the whole time. After that, I saw him every once in a while during like different parties or different Taco Tuesdays here and there. And then one time he ended up stopping me and he's like, hey, and I went up to him and was like, hey to you too.
It all started at a local little night spot, bar, restaurant you can say. Since we kind of knew each other in passing, it started off as just like a playful insult that I dished out, and she returned the insult back to me in a stern way, but with this big bright smile across her face.
He intrigued me. He started talking a lot about baseball, and I'm like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. We went at it with the Angels and baseball in Boston and everything, and he seemed like a real challenge. I'm like, no, there's no way you can love Red Sox that much. I was wrong, but
She was really fun. She had like this pep to her, and she immediately was looking up at the same TV that I was. There was like highlights of the game on, and was waiting for a beer. So I was like, this is cool. So, started talking to her, realized, where we knew each other from, and just the brightness that her personality brought was like really refreshing.
he stood out to me because he didn't back off over my blunt honesty, and my personality didn't seem to be intimidating to him at all. And that I loved. I could really tell him what I was thinking, and I didn't have to hold back on who I was. And he took that in, and he didn't run away.
What was the first thing you noticed about her? The very first thing you saw caught your attention?
Smile. As, you know, loving as it sounds, since we kind of knew each other in passing, it started off as just like a playful insult that I dished out, and she returned the insult back to me in a stern way, but with this big bright smile across her face. And that's what, you know, that's what brought like that playfulness out of her. And, you know, it was nice. It wasn't awkward. So that the smile really started everything.
He was goofy. I like that. His personality, you know. I usually like the hair, but he likes to wear a hat, so I really didn't get to see the hair very much. But he was funny. And that was the first thing, because when I entered that garage, it was his laughter that went through the garage. And I'm like, who is this guy? Even before my friend introduced us. So it was definitely his laugh was the first thing I noticed about him.
The one thing I love about her the most would have to be of how she is as a mom. You know, I came into the picture in a whole different situation. Madison was 2 years old, and the way she carried herself and gave everything, you know, I shouldn't say gave everything, but put Madison first on absolutely everything there was, you know, on her agenda, whether it be work, whether it be school, whether it be social life, whether it be me. You know, the fact that, you know, she made it loud and clear and showed everybody proudly, you know, that Madison was hers, and this is, you know, this is how I am as life. It was just so, it was like inspiring, like to see her care and nurture somebody like that while juggling the schooling, while juggling the work, you know, staying so focused, knowing what she wanted personally as, you know, her own pathway, her own goals, but never once, you know, faltering in any way, shape, or form of raising an amazing daughter like Madison is. You know, that's just something that I've adored the whole way, you know, and now with Kalina, it continues, and it's, you know, knowing that I lay my head down at night and I wake up and get ready in the morning, you know, just knowing that my girls at home are going to be one of the two well cared for, loved for girls in this world, you know, it just fills my heart with joy.
I'd been dating Nick for 6 months, and it came to that point where it's like, okay, are we together? Are we gonna really be a full-on relationship? And he said yes, and I'm like, okay, you ready to meet my daughter? And I felt that he was. So he came over every once in a while. He showed up to her birthday party. It was a Hannah Montana theme, and he brought her Miley Cyrus's CD back when she was rated G, right? And she instantly was like, Nick, oh, how cool. She loved it. She was only just turned 3. And that's when she heard of Nick. We all went out to the Festival of Lights one evening. Madison painted a little ornament, and he got her hot chocolate. And she was pretty shy at first, but she ended up opening up to him a lot. And she ended up relying on him coming. Like, is he gonna come out to dinner with us? Is he coming here? Is he coming there? And I saw that he was even making her laugh. So I knew that this was just a perfect fit because they would talk to each other, they would laugh to each other, and I'm like, this is awesome. So they basically hit it off amazingly well.
Oh man, one of the first times I met Madison. So I remember Raina came and picked me up, and Madison was 2, and she had this look on her face like, why are you getting in my mom's car? And it was a look to remember. I'll never forget it to this day. She was in her car seat in the back, and I'm over by the passenger seat, and she's looking at me like this, just staring. It was like the death scare right through me. And I'll never forget, Raina opened up the glove compartment, handed me a DVD. I think it was a Finding Nemo DVD. But she hands it to me and says, here, give this to Madison. It'll kind of win her over. So I take it from her, I turn around and go, hey, here you go. And that's how I talked, because I wasn't really good at talking to kids. And she saw it and she kind of just like laid back. I was kind of like, cool. And the rest of the car ride, and I was just getting dropped off at my house. She was relaxed, like there was nothing. Got out of the car and I said bye, and she said bye by giving me the exact same blank stare. But after that, it was kind of like, okay, you know, cool. I'd stopped by the house and she had no problem coming up and saying hi and spinning around on the floor and running back and forth up and down the hallways. So we met. It's unique. You know, I think Madison might assume we met in a different way, but it was that one day in the car and the DVD, and to this day she loves her movies.
My favorite memory is when my mom and my dad took me to somewhere in Riverside to look at Christmas lights, and then we went together as a family.
A party of 4, it's what we are.
Party of 4 is me, Nick, Madison, and Kalina.
You know, you go to a restaurant, and usually when you go with a group of people that, you know, you love, and you put your name down, and whoever puts their name down, they just, you know, party of whatever. And those people usually end up having a good time together and, you know, laughing, playing, goofing off. And that's exactly how our family is day in and day out. You know, we're laughing, usually at the kids. You know, we're playing, we're jumping around.
So it's all of us. We all come in a cute little bundle, okay? No high chair needed now. So we all have our personalities, okay? And almost like that TV show Party of 5 where it's like crazy, but everybody completes one another. You know, you have the assertiveness, okay? You have the playful, okay? You have the sensitive, okay? And then you have the crazy little one that just blends us all in. You know, that's just like, oh, okay, wait, we all have to come together and help her, you know, finish her food or any little thing. So it's like, it's not a party of 1, it's not a party of 2, it's all of us. We're a little package and we complete each other. That's the party of 4. Plus, life's a party and we're happy when it's us. That's awesome.
¿Qué eres de Reina?
Su grandpa.
Soy su abuela.
¿Qué deseos le tienes a Reina para su matrimonio?
Deseo en todo mi corazón, toda mi alma, que siempre estén unidos. Que sea para toda la vida, que mi padre les diga que estén unidos en matrimonio. Al lado de sus padres, al lado de sus hijitos, al lado de sus padres, porque ellos son los ejemplos que van ustedes siguiendo. Y sus hijos los necesitan todo el tiempo juntos, nunca los dejen, nunca se separen, porque ellos se crían así, con un sentimiento en su corazón muy profundo y nunca son felices y sus padres se separan. Siempre les deseamos que estén unidos, en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Que el Señor me los bendiga en su matrimonio. Estaremos siempre a su lado para ayudarlos y protegerlos. Que el Señor los bendiga.
Le deseo que sea muy feliz en su matrimonio, que sea muy bueno su esposo y ella con él.
Makes their love unique? It's a good question. I mean, their love is unlike any other. Yeah, I mean, you got a very strong side and then a very soft side. And combined, I mean, that's stronger than steel. It's just one of a kind love, and I believe that's what makes it unique.
I guess making them unique. I mean, obviously they're both sports fans. You know, they both pretty much have horrible sports teams. You know, so you know, seeing them together, especially arguing about sports and stuff like that, is pretty funny.
They're both very similar but different at the same time. Nick is more soft, even though he looks like he's, more of the more serious type. He's very soft and nice and humble. And you have Raina, who's the same, but also was raised very strong, and she was independent for so long. So it makes it unique. They back each other up where they struggle as an individual, and they become stronger as a couple.
They both like baseball. And that's good. They have something that brings them together. And they're patient with each other. I noticed that Raina is very patient and Nick is very patient with Raina. So that's good. You always need patience and to listen to each other, and they do.
Unique, I think everyone has something that's unique. For the two of them, I see that they work like a team. And I'm not really quite sure about how quiet. I mean, I know Raina's quiet and Nick is a talker, but at the same time, they look like they have a lot of fun together, and there's a lot of laughter, and that's really important. So there are multiple things that I think make them work.
They're a puzzle that goes together. My daughter can be assertive and come out aggressive. Nick is patient, which can turn into lackadaisy. And they know how to work each other to bring one down, bring one up, and they make it work. So when I saw that chemistry together, I knew, just like in any relationship, you can bring out the bad in somebody or you can bring out the good, but they worked it to bring out the best in them, which made them united.
Yeah, they're the yin and the yang. They're exact opposites attract 100%, but that makes them whole 100%.
Which comes to the meaning of marriage is to cleave to one another. You're getting two different people, making them into one. You're making them into one accord. cleaving them like two pieces of wood, making it into one, where now it's going to be harder to be separated, because as you have one thread and you add more threads to it, you end up with a rope that can haul boats and trailers, and that's what you want in your relationship as a couple, as not to just be a couple, but be a unity, be one, be clean, be of one accord, be strong together. And that's what you'll show your girls and others, that you have that stronghold to work together with what your positives.
Yeah, and then also, one of the nicer things too, they know how to relax with one another. They go to baseball games, they go to Disneyland, they enjoy family, you know, and they enjoy their own presence, you know, they share things with each other, you know, they care for their children. It's just there. That whole thing is just bringing them to the final piece of the adventure into a new adventure. When they become married, everything's going to be just that much more.
What makes our love unique in general is the fact that it was spawned by not your typical, you know, wine and dine, sweeping someone off your feet, love at first sight type of experience. It was one that started off casually and grew into something extremely strong and, you know, extremely tight. Because she deals with me.
Why do you think you guys last so long?
I think because we're patient. We're very patient with each other. Even if we are to argue
She's patient with me.
and get upset over things, you know, we come to our own senses and we're like, wait a minute, you know, there's no one else that we'd rather be with, and we go back to talking and working things completely out. And when one of us just flips a switch, we're able to switch it back and say, you know, I'm sorry, and start all over with each other. And I think that's why we've lasted so long. It's easy for us to communicate with one another, and we really don't make it want to end. You know, and I think that's what it is. It's like, nope, this isn't over. We're sitting down and we're talking about this, because the other option, you know, there really isn't another option. So
She's stuck with me.
It was about time. We knew you guys were meant for each other. You know, we were just waiting for the time. I love that you chose to show your girls that, you know, it's your union. You had your love, you had your union. It's not a piece of paper. It's the value of the relationship that you're showing. It's where this is what we want for the kids. That's what we as parents want for our kids, just as you want for your kids.
And it's not a ball and chain. Okay, just despite what you hear on the television shows and stuff, it isn't. Okay, it's unity. It's someone who cares and loves about you and accepts you anyway, whether you hit the lotto or you don't hit the lotto. You know, love is love, like I was saying earlier. You know, when you have love, you have gold. You have bonds. And unity in marriage is just that. You know, you guys are going to bring it together and anchor it for your family and grow.
We were not surprised. We had been expecting it to happen sooner or later. It was really nice to watch them become a couple. When you're dating and you're going with someone and you're exclusive, you know, that's wonderful. But you bring a child into your relationship, that is one of the main markers that make a couple's life. So once we saw how Nicholas fell in love with Maddie, and how he just looked after his two girls, it was just only natural to see him they definitely work real hard at being a couple, sharing responsibilities, sharing care for both girls, and we expected it. We just expected that sooner or later they would head for the altar. So we're very happy that they are. Very happy that they are.
The first thing I thought was like, oh my gosh, she's getting married. I'm having a real dad that's getting married to my mom. I was so shocked when I found out.
How much do I love you? Okay.
Oh.
If I had to choose between you or watching another Angel game my entire life, I would pick you.
Oh, that's big. Ooh.
It includes all the opening days.
Big. That's big. It's a live party too. No. I love you. I can't be this typical closing back. It's kind of lame. I would easily give up all of my favorite hobbies, like sports, golfing, if it meant that you would be buried next to me when we die.
Okay.
That took a lot for me just to say. I would easily give up, sacrifice my favorite hobbies if it meant that I could stay with you. Maybe a week.